Hi guys, welcome back to my channel ArtsyPutsy with me Putsy, and for today's video it's very exciting because I'm going to try out eyeshadow products from Colourpop, and Colourpop is one of my favorite makeup brands ever. I know that sounds weird because I've never tried a lot of their products. I mostly tried their lip products, but I just love the brand. I love what the brand stands for, and I love their packaging, their website, their design team is incredible. Maybe because I was a graphic designer, so when I look at a makeup brand that has amazing designs and packaging, it just makes me love the brand a little bit more. And also, so far from the products I've tried from Colourpop, is always have amazing quality with such incredible price, and this is like a make or break moment. So if I love the shadows, it's just like a confirmation for me that Colourpop is indeed my favorite makeup brand. But if not, well, I'm going to like them a little bit less, but I'm still going to love them and support them. So if you want to know my thoughts, my review, my first impression on the Colourpop shadows, and if you want to know if I think the Colourpop shadows is indeed worth the hype, then just keep on watching. I have 11 SuperShock shadows. I have quite a lot here to try out. I think for the first time trying them out, I have a good amount of SuperShock shadows. I have 5 Supernova shadows. Obviously I'm not going to try all of them in one video because that's going to be a little bit crazy. And I'm also going to try out their pressed powder shadows in this palette form. I've heard that the quality is the same, the single and the one in the palette form, but different is the size of the pan is just a lot smaller in the palette. So yeah, I think I'm going to get a great idea of how they perform based on this palette alone. If you want to know what shades I bought from Colourpop, you know, the SuperShock shadows and the Supernova shadows, I'm going to link my biggest haul video up here because I mentioned all of them there, and maybe I look like the same because I'm going to film that haul after this video, but I'm going to post that video before this video, so you see me in the previous video from the future. You know, it's confusing, but yeah. Most of the time I put on my eyeshadow first before my foundation, but for the sake of this video, because I'm only going to try out the shadows, I already put on foundation and concealer and set my face with powder. So yeah, let's just dive into the products. I also don't know the look that I'm going to make, but I'm going to prime my eyelid with this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. So the packaging looks like this. I'm pretty sure you've seen this palette before. It's one of their most favorite palette, and it looks like this. So I'm just going to set my eyelid first with the first shade right here. It's called Full Zip. I've never tried this palette though, but I've swatched the Dream Street palette because I was about to post the swatches on my Instagram. If you want to see that, you can check out my Instagram page. It's just at ArtsyPutsy. So I'm going to mix these two shades together, and oh, I haven't zoomed you in. I'm so sorry. There you go. So like I was just saying in the video, I'm going to use these two shades together for my transition shade. And I've noticed there's a little bit of kick up there. As you can see on the palette, it already looks a little bit messy. There's kind of powder everywhere, but nothing too crazy. They are a little bit powdery, maybe because they are so smooth. Sometimes an eyeshadow that's too smooth can be like that, you know. I'm going to use a clean brush and I'm going to just diffuse the edges a little bit more. So next I'm going to use I think I'm going to use this reddish one. It's called Spoiled. So see, this one doesn't have as much kick up as the other two shades. I'm going to use this to deepen up the crease and the outer V a little bit. Oh yeah, this is pretty pigmented. Also, when I tap the brush off, not a lot of shadows flying off everywhere, so this is definitely not as powdery. And I'm just going to use the brown. I'm going to use the orange first. But no, I am going to use it. Just like the previous shades, on the crease and on the outer V. I'm going back to the first two shades I used, these two right here, to diffuse the edges a little bit more. I don't know why I do that. Just very slightly on the edges there, to deepen up just the outer V a little bit using these shades right here. Oh yeah, this is pigmented. I'm mainly focusing these shades on the outer edges and kind of diffuse to make like a that shape. But then what was left on the brush, I'm just going to drag them into the crease and the inner part of the eye. So I really want to use this one. I don't know if it's going to be a little bit too red, but I'm just going to use them. And this is the Supernova Shadow in Firecracker. I also bought their, I think this is like their small or medium shader brush. I don't know, they don't have the name here, but it's their shader brush. And I'm going to use them to apply this, maybe. Whew, this is the moment of truth. I'm so excited for this one in particular. I'm in the Supernova Shadows. I really want to collect them. I only have 5, but I'm planning to buy some more, so I hope this doesn't disappoint me. Apply them to the back of my hand first. Okay, I think I'm falling in love with them. I'm just going to leave the 1/3 of the inner corner bare. And going back to this brush, I'm going to kind of blend the edges a little bit because I'm not going to make a cut crease look. Or maybe should I? I think it's better for like a cut crease look, or not. So I noticed as I tried to blend them, if you let them dry a little bit, you just have to work with them very fast, because if not, I can see when I try to blend them, it's kinda took away the shadows a little bit. So I'm just going to apply some more and intensify the shadows. And for the center part of the lid, I'm just going to apply them from the applicator. And then kind of tap them off a little bit with my finger. It's very metallic. I love it. So with this eye, it's a little bit easier to blend because I know better now, and I blend them as soon as I apply the shadow into my lid. And for the inner part of my lid, I'm going to use this. This is the SuperShock shadows in Lightning Bug. I mean, look at this. This is very, very pretty. I mean, I'm going to open them first. What the hell was I thinking? I mean, look at this. It looks very pretty and metallic. I bought this because this is one of Kathleen Light's favorites. She mentioned this a couple of times on her channel, and I'm going to apply this with my finger because I've heard that's the best way to go. You can also use a very stiff synthetic brush like this. I've seen the Colourpop team use this on their video and it looks just as good as applying them with your finger, but I'm just going to use my finger for today's. Ooh. Wow, this is the first time I actually touched them. Okay, yeah, I love them. You can see the glitter on the eyes. I can see the hype. This is amazing. Let's move on and finish up the eyes. I'm going to use the SuperShock shadows in Paradox. This is a satin finish. The Lightning Bug has an ultra glitter finish, which is why it looks very metallic and glittery. And I'm gonna run this on the lower lashes. Okay, yeah, they're pigmented. By the way, this color, if you are looking for a very red eyeshadow, this will do the job for you because I mean it's very red. So as you can see, you can apply them with a brush and it still performs amazing. I mean, it's very, very pigmented. Maybe because it's this particular shade, but I mean, I also do that, you know, weird expression whenever I apply shadows to my bottom lashes. I'm also going to kind of blend them with the upper part of the shadows. And I'm going to take the orange shades right here just to tie the look a little bit more together. I'm going to use this shade right here, the golden one. This is Shuffer. Oh yeah, this is pigmented as well. I'm going to apply this one. It's Butter Cake to highlight my inner corner. This one that I used to set my whole lid, I'm just going to run that to highlight my brow bone. So I'm going to apply some mascara and finish up the rest of my face makeup and lipstick, and I'm going to be back to give you my final thoughts, but I think you already know what I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm going to be back in 1, 2, 3. I'm back, and if you want to know what the rest of my makeup are, I'm going to list everything down in the description box. And to give you my final thoughts, I'm really impressed by the quality of all of the products I've tried. First of all, the palette, the pressed powder shadows, they blend really nicely. The colors show up really pigmented and vibrant on my eyes. Some of them looks a little bit different from the pan than what they are on the eyes, but nothing crazy, and they do have a bit of kick up when you put the brush on the pan, but when I use them on my eyes, I actually don't see a lot of fallout, at least from the one I've tried so far. And then the shimmer shadows that I've tried, which is these two right here, I don't apply them wet, I apply them dry, and they shows up on the eyes really nicely. The SuperShock shadows, incredible, especially this one in Lightning Bug. I mean, you can see how metallic they are, and kind of reflective almost. They are really pretty. The formula is like nothing I've ever tried before. If you never tried them, I absolutely suggest you to try them. It's very pigmented, and when you touch them it feels like a wet cream consistency, but it really applies like a powder. And with this one, even using a brush, it still really shows up on the eyes, very red and pigmented. The trick is you just have to find the right brush. For example, like this brush from Colourpop, this is their shadow brush. You just have to pick up a really stiff synthetic brush. You need to use a synthetic brush for these shadows. With this Supernova Shadow, it's a lot more trickier than the rest of the shadows that I've tried. This is obviously a liquid eyeshadow, and it's going to dry down and not move at all, because once it dries, it really dries. So if you want to use them on your lid and blend them out with the rest of your shadows, you just need to work with them very fast. You need to apply them and then blend them out as soon as you apply them. But if you want to apply them that way, you need to apply these before your foundation, because I don't have any fallout with the rest of the shadows, but I do have some fallouts from this. The glitter does have some fallouts. Blend them out is a little bit more tricky, but I think if you use them as a topper, or you're going to use them to make a cut crease look, that's going to be a lot easier. You can also use them as an eyeliner or as a topper for your lips, but you just have to work with this a little bit more and find the right way to apply them for certain purposes. But I do love the way it looks on the eyes, so I don't mind to work with this a little bit more, and it doesn't transfer to the lid at all. I love the way my eyeshadow turned out today. I mean, I love it. Colourpop didn't disappoint me at all, and they really does worth the hype. So yeah, I give them 2 thumbs up. And if you do like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Lip I'm goyong down in this